my brothers and sisters. Welcome to tonight for the part 8 of the Attractive of Bahrain talk. And tonight we will going to talk about the pre-Islamic history, which is the Talos period, the Greek period. As you know, Bahrain through the centuries been occupied by different civilization, different influence, such as before it was Dilmun living on this island and the coastal side of Saudi Arabia. Then came Greek, and after the Greek came, the Islam, and during Islam there was also Portuguese came influence on this island, and so on. Then the British as well, from 18 something until 1971. So we will talk about the Greek period, which is between 300 BC until 400 AD. This is the Greek period. And when the archaeologists came in the 1950s, okay, when the Greek came during the archaeologists came in the 50s, excavating about the ruins they found in the Bahrain-Port side and other sites. They found about the Greek period, and they call it Tylos, because the Greek, when they reach, this the island at that time, they called the Bahrain island Tylos. This is really referring to their name of one of their islands in Greece. So they call same Bahrain with Tylos name. And they call Muharraq Arados. Arados. So Muharraq island separated Arados, and the big island is called Tylos. So we have two islands with different names. And the Greek is the leader of the Greek at that time is Alexander the Great, but he didn't come himself to this island. He reached up to Iraq, which is Mesopotamia, and he died there because he had a high fever at that time. They were celebrating for 3 days. Then he had a fever and he died, and nobody knows where his grave exactly, unknown. But his deputy, which is his name is Narcos, he came by ship, and he stayed here for a while. Then he left, and the soldiers, they were here. So the Greek also occupied the one island in Kuwait. They call it Failaka now. But at that time, during the Greek time, they call it Ikaros, which is the same, Failaka island, but they call it Ikaros at that time. And they found a lot of ruins on this island in Kuwait area. So when archaeologists digging, in the Bahrain Fort site, they found, Delmon ruins, relics, and then also next is Greek relics or ruins or houses of the Greek. The Greek. And a lot of heritage you can find in the museum in that hall, which is the pre-Islamic before the Islamic hall. There is a lot of Greek like statues of the graves, which shows, the status shows uh, the stone graves of their graves. There is a shape of man or woman, or a man or a woman shape. Depends on who buried in this grave. If it's a woman, they show it like a woman with the hair face, and the hands, like putting like this, salutation. The other hand like this, and for men, it's like a man. So this is the difference between the graves of the Greek. Also, they found there is history about Greek, their philosophers and the jewelries as well they have, and potteries and other their gods. There is Zeus, there is Euphrodite, Euphrodite, and the goddess of beauty, Euphrodite, and also their weights, for scale weighing, the goods. That's also you found it in another museum, which is Fort Museum. There is also one section for the Greek. They found a lot of coins, silver coins, with the Alexander the Great face on one side, and the other side another god for the people who used to live here on this island. They called Shamash, god Shamash, and their gods, the Greek gods, is Zeus.
Exactly. This is which year?
325 BC.
BC. Okay,
Okay,
BC. 325 BC. Okay.
between second century to first century BC. This is some ruins, and after the Christ, also they found some ruins, different places relating to the Greece period, like their coffins, their graves, their houses. Okay, maybe they found also church at that time, from that time, because there is two religion in the Greek time here. Because before Christ, they are pagans. They are worshiping stars, moons, and the sun, whatever. They call them names, different names, like Apollo, like Zeus, like I don't know, so many names, different names. But after Christ, they became, religious. They believe in Jesus. This is the Greek in on this island. Okay, they become, and even the burying the graves of their death is different than before. Before is different way of burying. After the Christ is different, because they are according to the teaching of Jesus, and he's in the gospel. They are burying, different way, not same as before, as pagan. So this is about the Greek period, and we're going to move now to
So how
the
how
yes,
many years how many years the Greeks ruled here?
as I said, between 300 BC until 400 AD. So
So
how many? Almost around 700 years.
700
700
years.
years. Yes.
700 years. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, then now we'll go to the food, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Bahraini food. Bahraini food, cuisine of Bahrain food is different, and we have different names for our food dishes. Okay, depends on the occasion of the preparing this food. Is it for wedding? Wedding we call it ghuzi. for wedding, especially for invitees, for people coming to congratulate, for the bride, for the groom, for both, for the families. So they prepare cooking food for them, and we call it khuzi. Home dishes is different. Normal days, normal time. We call it. There is machboos. There is biryani. There is muhammad. Okay, they are different. Either could be cooked with chicken, with beef, or with fish. Uh, Usually, the muhammad dishes is they cook rice with the sugar. At that time, in the old time, they are using dates honey or syrup or uh, molasses, dates molasses. They don't have sugar at that time, so they are using the date syrup or juice from the palm trees dates, the fruit. So, and this usually used to be eaten by the divers when they go for the diving, pearling, and this is the main dish for them to give them energy because they are all the time diving and working hard from morning until evening time. So, so they are eating this muhammar. It's become because it's become like red when it's mixed with the sugar, with the sweet thing, and the fish as well provide. And as you know, Bahraini food like biryani, like other things, sweets also types. We have a mixed culture with the Indian. Our culture with Indian is old, from Dilmun time. We are talking about 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years. So because of the trade exchange between the Gulf and the Indus Valley, which is India, Pakistan, and we have taken some from them, they have taken from us as well. So there is the traditional things taken from them, like cooking the food, the biryani, the sweets, the jalebi, we call zalabia, the sweet, the embroidery as well from them, and became local, domestic to Bahrain, different type, and being modified and used by Bahraini long time, and became style of Bahrain, no more Indian. Even if we see, the wedding is similar to the Indian. The color of the dresses for the ladies, they are using henna, they are using flowers, leaves, whatever. Okay, and this is the mix from the culture, both culture.
Even, even till now, the same tradition they are following.
In what?
The wedding and the food habits.
No,
I
no,
mean,
being modified because of long time, years, gone, it's become locally Bahraini now, no more Indian. Okay.
so it is now this is modified, right? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Now the biryani, Bahraini biryani is different than Indian biryani, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So if you go to India, also the mattai, this is all Indian. When you
Yeah.
go to India, you will see this mattai, but different way they are doing there in India.
Yeah,
In
Mata is
Bahrain is
very,
different.
yeah, Mata is very similar, but little bit only just the
Yeah,
taste
yeah.
is.
Because of the way they are doing, they add something else, here in Bahrain, and become different than the Indian type or style. Okay, like that. So we'll move from food now. We'll go to Jasra house, right?
Yes, now Jasra house next.
Okay. Okay, Jasra House is an old house, was built in 1907 by the Sheikh and the Al Khalifa family for staying in the summertime, to stay in that house in the summertime. Because there is a garden there around, surrounding that area, Jasra village. Then later in the 40s, Sheikh Salman came and lived in this house, Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, which is the king grandfather. And before 40s, he came there. During 1933, he had the birth of the Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa, which is the king's father. So the king's father was born in that house. So this is why they call it Sheikh Isa House in Jasra.
So it is 1933, right?
1933 was born, the Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa. Exactly 3rd June 1933. And he was born in a small room. You can see the room there. There is a bed, a small bed, and wall unit, and upholsteries, and carpets, and so on. It's all old antiques or furniture, old furniture type, made of teak wood. This house has a kitchen with full of equipments in the old times for making the food, cooking, making, roasting, the coffee seeds, making the tea, the coffee, cooking the food in a big pan with using the woods, for fire. Then later they came chula. You know chula? This is Indian, huh? Chula.
Chula means the stove, right? Stove.
No, it's a cooker.
Cooker,
Chula is a cooker.
Cooker, yeah. Chula
Yeah.
is a cooker.
It's they use kerosene inside, and there is pump. Pump. The using it to make pressure inside and become the fire on top. Okay, chula. This is Indian, right?
Yeah,
From Cooper, made from Cooper. With has three stands.
Yeah, even some places still they are using it, huh?
Yes, still. Now they are using the gas one, the blue one with the gas.
Yeah, before
like
it was
cylinder.
used by before.
Yeah, before it's always chula.
Yeah, okay.
So there is a kitchen, there is a warehouse where they put their things to keep it inside, like carpets, not carpets, the weaving mat, dishes, and other things like jars to keep the oil inside, or sesame oil, or there is a incubator for collecting the dates honey there also. Okay.
It is near Al-Ayam Press.
Yeah, you pass Al-Ayam, then you take
the right side. The right side, right?
No, not from here. No, you go down under the bridge.
Okay.
As if you are going to Saudi. There is on the right, you turn right, and then come up, and then go right again, as if going to Hamala. Then there is a turn down on the left side.
So
There is two turn. Turn, take you back again on the highway. The other turn to Jasra, and
So
then go inside there.
So the Jasra houses in your list also, the visiting list. Your list also. Your list also, Jasra houses there, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is about Jasra. Then we will move to the last one. Where is it?
Economy of Bahrain.
Okay, talking about Bahrain economy. As you know, Bahrain is industry country. We have the oil. The first discovery oil in the Gulf is in Bahrain. That's from 1932. So we have production of oil, crude oil. And beside that, we have aluminum. There are different way how to pronounce aluminum. Arabic we say aluminium. English they say, or American they say aluminum. So different pronouncing, but different same metal or same word or same meaning. Aluminum is it's coming as bauxite powder, and smelting under very high temperature could reach to 1000 Celsius temperature or more to make it liquid, and then they put it in blocks to make it roads, long roads, or plates, and then they sell it to the other countries like European countries. And the production of aluminum, we have more than 1 million metric ton a year. 1 million reach. Also, we have iron and steel, and our production is 4 million metric ton a year. Beside that, also we have liquid gas. Also, we have some other small quantity of vegetables and seafood like shrimps and small sardine fish. This is about the Bahrain economy. But mostly our vegetables and fruits coming from outside. We don't have sufficient for the local market in Bahrain. So we are imported from Saudi Arabia, from Jordan, from India, from Pakistan, from Philippines, from Lebanon, from Europe countries, Africa, from America, from Latin America, different countries. Each country we imported some little things, different type of fruits, or other or vegetables. Okay, this is in general about our economy. I think I have covered four things, four issues.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, I just want to ask you regarding that Greek, after the Greek period. After the Greek period, how many years the Christianity was here?
The Christian in the
so you said the Greek period was around 700 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. After that.
What after that? Then there is a Persian influence on the island for a while. Then Islam came in the 7th century.
7th century.
Yeah. And from that time and until now.
When the name when they established the name of Bahrain, and what we know that it is, Bahrain means the Bahrain to seas. But who, when it is they choose the name, which year? Any idea? And who chose
There is
this
no
name?
exact year, Mr. My brother Said Hanif.
Yeah.
There is no exact date for calling Bahrain by this name.
Okay.
The whole time they call it Awal. Then
Awal,
when the
yeah.
Khalifa came, they call it Bahrain. That's it. 1783, they call it Bahrain from that time.
Yeah. Okay.
So to know exactly, this is you need to make research for it.
Okay, the Tylus means when it was they called Tylus.
When the Greek reached, third
Okay, that is
300 BC.
okay, right. Got it.
Okay.
So,
Any questions with the viewers or the participants? Any questions you have so far about our topics today, tonight?
Any questions from Sister Kausar? You have any questions?
Not difficult subject, huh? I'm
It
not
is very
talking about something, scientific things, it's all normal thing about the traditions and history only.
What is the period of this aval? We used to call Bahrain as aval. Can you explain to me? Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. As I said, Awal, Bahrain, this island used to called Awal before Islamic time and until Islamic time. Okay?
Yeah, that's good.
And then
Jazakumullah khair.
they call it Awal until I said, in the 18th century, until 1783. When Al Khalifa came to this island, they call it Bahrain. That's it. No more Awal.
Okay, like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes. So actually now we are in 8th session today, and we have remaining 2 sessions. So now almost we covered 36 subjects. 36.
Mm-hmm.
I think 30 now. I mean 32. Now we have 8 places remaining.
Yeah. We'll talk about the different topics next week, inshallah.
So we can
Will
follow.
be maybe interesting for you. I'll
Inshallah.
choose, the subjects.
Today also it is really very interesting. Some ideas we got about Bahrain, and
During our discussion, we come across different things, right? Ideas and information. This is
yes.
the good things in the talking about, different issues, different history.
And sincerely, I'm appreciating you that you kept the record very properly, like the years, and it is your remembrances, mashallah, very good.
Alhamdulillah.
Because it is,
The tourist guide has to be, memorizing a lot of information, and he has to know everything about, different subjects, different sides of the issues, like, about history, about culture, about heritage, about a lot of things, about
because
economy as well.
Yeah, because of the tourist people are very different people, and they ask different questions.
Yeah,
So,
they have too many questions, too many complicated questions even, and you cannot say I don't know. You have to answer every question, every single question. You have to answer for them.
So when you are taking them for the tour, so in some places there are some people are there to explain about the places.
Yes.
In particular case, you ask them to explain, or yourself you explain? like if you're going to Grand Mosque, there are people. They will explain. Okay.
Yeah.
So in that places, you will explain or you allow them to explain.
No, in the
About
mosque is different issue. They will take them. The tour guide. In the mosque, in the
yeah,
masjid, will take them by himself.
that's
I will wait. I will wait until they finish. They come back and they choose any books they like.
yeah.
In their language. They can choose anything.
I'm
Relating
not,
to the
no,
Islam,
yeah, I'm
okay,
not asking
culture,
about
and then they go back to the bus.
not only in there, in any other places. If there are assigned people to explain it, will you allow
Yeah.
them to explain, or you also explain what like if you are going to that?
No. Only the masjid is exceptional. The grand mosque.
Okay,
Other
okay.
places I am explaining for them, not the other people.
That's what
I
we
am
want.
giving the information. Other
Alhamdulillah.
places,
Anyhow, I
either
think
archaeological site or history or heritage or handicraft, whatever. I will give them in the market everywhere. Yes. Any questions?
and we are eager to waiting for next week's subject. Yeah.
Inshallah.
And next, in next session, we can, at least 1 week before, we can tell that this is going to be covered next week. So, we will be, we will not miss the session. So now,
Okay.
and what my suggestion is, now we have remaining 2 sessions. We should, cover most interesting places. That is what we have to, we have to note it, which is the best place to cover. Next week 4 places and other week 4 places. So
Okay.
thank you, Brother Abdulaziz, Hassani. Jazakumullah khairan. And we would like to thank the participants.
Any announcement you have for coming days? Any lectures you're going to give?
Actually, tomorrow 5:30 we have a special session by Brother Abdulaziz tomorrow 5:30. I will announce through the group. That is a very important session about psychological of winning. How we can win. What are the ways to wherever we go we have to get the winning places. So he's going to cover tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, winning. The psychology of winning. So that is winning. Yeah.
Okay.
How to get victory.
Mm-hmm.
So inshallah, that is tomorrow 5:30, and inshallah. So I would like to thank Sister Kausar again, and Amina Syed, Aisha Nihara, Muhammad Yusuf, and Brother Shahir Kamal, and Sister Kausar is saying something through chat box. I don't know what it says. Let me check through the chat box. Thank you. Sorry, I was busy in dinner. Very nice informative session. I had already visited Jasra.
Yes, okay. You have seen Jasra. Good. Very good.
And so they will allow us to visit there, the place, the house. Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Then we can see the room of birth by.
They open until morning until 2 o'clock only. Okay. From 9 to 2 only.
9 to 2 only.
Not after 2. After 2 they will close. You cannot see inside.
Thank you very much, brother, for your valuable time.
Thank you very much for everybody, for the participants for tonight. I hope you enjoy it, our topics, and you have learned some more information. And wish you all the best. Also, Happy New Year for everybody, because of this. Today is the new year of 2021 now, and wish you everybody, healthy and good life. And hope to see you again by next Friday, inshallah, with the new topics. Thank you very much again, and wish you all the best. See you, and good night.
Thank you very much, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.